Well, hello, persistent pineapples. I miss you. And today is Tuesday, March 31st. It's the end of March. Tomorrow's April 1st, April Fool's Day. Good day to play a little trick on somebody you love, a little April Fool's joke. Well, so many of you love this book so much, Each Kindness. I thought maybe you could share it with your parents because remember, our word is positivity. Positive. Have you all found a lot of positive examples around you? I hope so. Well, today we're going to read Each Kindness. It's by Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by E.B. Lewis. I bet you remember the character's name. That winter, snow fell on everything, turning the world a brilliant white. One morning, as we settled into our seats, the classroom door opened and the principal came in. She had a girl with her, and she said to us, "This is Maya." Maya looked down at the floor. I think I heard her whisper, "Hello." We all stared at her. Her coat was open and the clothes beneath it looked old and ragged. Her shoes were spring shoes, not meant for the snow. A strap on one of them had broken. Our teacher, Miss Albert, said, "Say good morning to our new student." But most of us were silent. The only empty seat was next to me. That's where our teacher put Maya. And on that first day, Maya turned to me and smiled. But I didn't smile back. I moved my chair, myself, and my books a little farther away from her. When she looked my way, I turned to the window and I stared out at the snow. And every day after that, when Maya came into the classroom, I looked away and I did not smile. That's not very nice, is it? My best friends that year were Kendra and Sophie. At lunchtime, we walked around the schoolyard, our fingers laced together, whispering secrets into each other's ears. One day, while we were near the slide, Maya came over to us. She held open her hand to show us the shiny jacks and tiny red ball she'd gotten for her birthday. "It's a high bouncer," she said, but none of us wanted to play. So Maya played a game against herself. That afternoon, when we got back into the classroom, Maya whispered to me, "Bet you can't guess who the new Jacks champion of the world is." Behind me, Andrew whispered, "Chloe's got a new friend. Chloe's got a new friend." "She's not my friend," I whispered back. So now we know the narrator's name is Chloe. This is Chloe, and this is Maya, and this is Andrew behind Chloe. The weeks passed. Every day we whispered about Maya, laughing at her clothes, her shoes, the strange food she brought for lunch. Some days Maya held out her hand to show us what she had brought to school: a deck of cards, pickup sticks, a small tattered doll. Whenever she asked us to play, we said no. The days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed. Grass began growing where snow had once been. One day Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes. But the shoes and the dress looked like they belonged to another girl before Maya. Nothing wrong with wearing hand-me-downs. Miss M always wore my older sister's clothes when she outgrew them. That's what we do. We share. I have a new name for her, Kendra whispered. Never knew. Everything she has came from a second-hand store. We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence. She was holding a jump rope but did not come over to ask us if we wanted to play. After a while, she folded it double, rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't look up once, just jumped, jumped, jumped. You think she's given up on them? Now she's just doing her own thing, all by herself. The next day, Maya's seat was empty. In class that morning, we were talking about kindness. Miss Albert had brought a big bowl into class and filled it with water. We all gathered around her desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled out away from the stone. This is what kindness does, Miss Albert said. Each little thing we do goes out like a ripple into the world. Do you remember, boys and girls, when we did that in our class? We took a bowl and we put a little stone in it and we talked about kindness. Then Miss Albert let us drop the stone in as we told her what kind things we had done. Joseph had held the door for his grandmother. Kendra helped change her baby brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried teacher's books up the stairs, he said. And Miss Albert said it was true. I stood there, holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even small things count, Miss Albert said gently. But I couldn't think of anything, and I passed the stone on. She couldn't think of anything she had done that was kind. Maya didn't come to school the next day or the day after that. Each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping this would be the day Maya returned, and she'd look at me and smile. I promised myself this would be the day. I smiled back. Each kindness, Miss Albert had said, makes the whole world a little bit better. But Maya's seat remained empty. And one day, Miss Albert announced to the class that Maya wouldn't be coming back. Her family had to move away, Miss Albert said. Then she told us to take out our notebooks. It was time for spelling. There's her empty desk. That afternoon, I walked home alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all the things I wished I would have said to Maya. Each kindness I had never shown. I threw small stones into it over and over, watching the way the water rippled out and away, like each kindness, done and not done. Like every girl somewhere holding a small gift out to someone, and that someone turning away from it. You see the ripples down in the pond? I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples, and the chance of kindness with Maya became more and more forever gone. How do you think she's feeling right now? On the back, on the very last page here, where the author writes something, she wrote, "To Angelina, Maya, Ondina Kay, and Ari Jazz, with gratitude for each kindness. To teacher Emily Goodman, her second grade class, and all of the students and staff at Haddonfield Friends School." So she was saying thank you to those people. So each kindness matters. Everything we do, boys and girls, matters. And it makes me grateful that all my persistent pineapples are so kind to each other. You all look out for each other, and it means a lot. Really does. It's like a seed. Every time you do something kind, it's a ripple effect. Or like when you plant a seed grows. Do you remember the video that we love to watch when we color the world with kindness? And it started out with the little girl and the little boy, and one of them pulled out a rotten banana, and then they shared their apple, and they got colored, and then they felt so good that they passed the kindness on, and the little girl was walking, and the man dropped his money, and we talked about it. She could have kept that money, but she had felt the love from the kind act that the boy had shared with her by sharing his food. So she picked up the money, and she ran, and she gave it to him and tapped him. Here's your money. And then he carried it on, and they kept passing this kindness forward. That's what it does. Pass on the kindness. And speaking about seeds, Miss M has planted a lot of seeds. Do you see all these cups? I have planted seeds that are, this is a flower, sweet pea. I also have some cucumber. I'm hoping to have some cucumber for my salad. You all know I love to eat salads every day at lunch. This is a perennial flower mix. And I have zucchini. I love zucchini. What else do I have? Asparagus. I planted like 3 or 4 of each. This is asparagus. And I have some dwarf sunflowers. I did this about 3 or 4 days ago. And I do have, you probably can't see, but I have one little sprout in there. It's coming up and I'm so excited. So I thought that we would track this and you could help me and we could watch these seeds grow. Miss M sprays them with water every day. I talk to them and give them lots of love. Makes me feel so good. Well, we are on spring break, but it doesn't mean that I stop doing videos or talking with you. I'm always here if you need me, and I love you so much. Last week we Zoomed, and I had, let's see who, if I can remember. I had Nevaeh tune in. I had Miguel. I had Cameron. I had Jayla. And, who did I say? Nevaeh, Jayla, Cameron, Miguel. There's one, oh, I guess it was me on there. I think it was that was all. But hopefully we'll do another Zoom. We can do it again. So I wish you well. Keep reading. I love you, and bye-bye.